Hey guys, my name is Gabby, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I never got around to doing a book haul in the month of October, so this is going to be catching you up on all of the books that I have purchased and received since the beginning of October / end of September. Before we do jump into this video, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Shoptagr for sponsoring today's video. Shoptagr is an app and a Google Chrome extension that uses clever tech to make sure that you never miss out on a price drop or a coupon code on different items. Definitely be sure to check the link down in the description to download Shoptagr onto your Google Chrome and stick around to the end of the video to find out how you can enter their $5,000 giveaway. Shoptagr is something I just discovered pretty recently, and I've been using it pretty recently to get discount codes for books. And since I've started using it, I haven't been able to stop using it because of all of the money that I've been able to save on books. Especially with like Black Friday shopping starting early this year and already looking towards getting gifts for Christmas, this is definitely something you're going to want to have to save you so much money. So how does it work, you might ask? So you go to the Shoptagr website and the Google Chrome store, and then you install Shoptagr's button in your Google Chrome web browser. And then once it's on your browser, you head over to one of your favorite stores and click the button or slider when you see an item that you'd like to save. What's really nice is that you can get notifications via email or mobile push when an item that you've saved goes on sale, has a relevant coupon, or comes back in stock. And as you can see here with all of the items I have saved, these are all books that are in my wish list at the moment, and these have all saved so I can check the prices on here all the time. On the side over here, you can add extra different lists if you'd like to organize them in a different way. So for example, I can add a Christmas gifts list in here, and then I can save certain items that I'm thinking of giving for Christmas gifts all in one place and see if any of the prices have dropped or if there's any new coupons on any of the items that I'd like to purchase. Shoptagr uses clever tech to scan the web for coupon codes and applies them at checkout automatically. This is a special feature if you use Shoptagr on your computer, so the Chrome extension is a must. Shoptagr also just launched a new cashback feature where you can earn cash via PayPal when you shop from select retail partners. So now more than ever, it's important to get max value. So definitely be sure to click the link in the description so that you can download Shoptagr and save as much money as possible during this holiday season. You can also download it on your phone and your computer so you can save as much money as possible. Alright, so without further ado, let's just jump into all of the books that I've hauled in the last like month and a half or so. The first ones all came from Book of the Month, and I have 2 months worth of Book of the Month books to show you. The first 4 are all from October. I actually ended up giving one of the October selections to my friend Matt. The first one is Leave the World Behind, and this is actually one that I did read last month, and it's kind of like a thriller but also kind of like literary fiction story, and I really enjoyed it. I gave this one 3 stars. I also had The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab as one of the selections in October, and I just finished reading this book very recently. It was life-changing. You'll hear more about it in my November wrap-up. They also had The Girl in the Mirror as one of the selections in October, and this one is a thriller and it involves twins. And then they had Ties That Tether, and this one is a romance that I'm still really interested in reading. It's about a Nigerian woman who falls for a white man. And then in the month of November, they also sent me these 5 books. The one that I'm most interested in is Memorial by Brian Washington. This one is like a literary fiction novel that just sounds incredibly beautiful. There's also Pretty Little Wife, and this one is the thriller selection for the month. This one involves a dead husband's body that goes missing, so what the heck. And then we have This Time Next Year. This one's a romance about these people who just keep finding each other again. And then we have The Star-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany. This one is a contemporary fiction about 2 sisters. And then lastly, we have These Violent Delights, which is actually a young adult retelling of Romeo and Juliet, or like a reimagination of Romeo and Juliet. I also have from Book of the Month 2 books that I purchased myself as like add-ons because, you know, I have no self-control, and even though I get all 5 of the selections from Book of the Month, I still purchase more from them on my own. The first one was The End of October by Lawrence Wright, and I got this one as an add-on because it sounded so freaking cool. This one's like a sci-fi book, and it's about a virus that's taking over the planet. And I read this one at the end of October. See what I did there? And then I also got True Story by Kate Reed Petty, and this one just sounded interesting to me because it's like a thrilling contemporary novel, I guess, and it's about like the power of truth and and it has to deal with sexual assault as well. So I don't know, I'm really interested in reading this one. I would love to get to this in November. Right, next up, let's see, Atria Books sent me 3 books this month. The first one they sent me was a finished copy of Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell, which is so freaking kind of them because this is one of my favorite thrillers of the year. I read this back in like the summer and it just came out in October, I'm pretty sure, and I loved this thriller so much, so I'm so happy to own a finished copy. They also sent me The Preserve by Ariel S. Winter. God, isn't this cover just the most trippy thing you've ever seen? And this one sounds really interesting to me. This one's actually another sci-fi about like something that's taking over the planet, and it says, in the near future, a murder threatens humanity's fragile new way of life. Decimated by a plague, the human population is now a minority. Robots, complex AIs almost indistinguishable from humans, are the ruling majority. 9 months ago, in a controversial move, the robot government opened a series of preserves, designated areas where humans can choose to live without robot interference. Now the preserves face their first challenge. Someone has been murdered. And this sounds really good. It's been said, like, for fans of Blade Runner, they think will like this, so I love Blade Runner. I'm very excited about this. And then lastly, they sent me one of my most anticipated books, which is The Babysitter. This one doesn't go on sale until March next year, but holy crap, I am so excited to read this. This one is a chilling true story, part memoir and part true crime, about a little girl longing for love who found friendship with her charismatic babysitter who was also a vicious serial killer. And this one just looks like it's written in such a cool way because it is like true crime and a memoir, but it feels like it's written in almost like a fictional way because it's like from her point of view, I think. And I don't know, I'm just so freaking excited to read this. I would really like to get to this one in November as well. Next up, Epic Reads sent me this cutest package that was like a encouraging young people to vote kind of package, and they included a few books in here that I'm super interested in. First one is Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. I actually do already own a copy of this book, so I'm probably going to be giving this one to a friend, but this book is a young adult novel about voting and about young people volunteering for campaigns and stuff. It just sounds super cute. And then they sent You Say It First by Katie Cotugno. God, this cover is so freaking adorable. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever seen. And this one also has to do with like young people going out there voting, making a difference in the world. And then lastly in that package, they sent this giant, beautiful book that is Reclaiming Her Time, The Power of Maxine Waters. This one is about Congresswoman Maxine Waters, who is a beloved American icon and the inspiration of the anti-Maxine meme. And it looks so awesome. Like, this looks and feels like a textbook, and it's just really freaking cool. And then Avid Reader Press sent me Group. I actually can't remember if I included this book in my last book haul or not. I'm drawing a blank, but anyways, this book just recently went on sale in October. This one is a non-fiction book that kind of talks about group therapy and how it saved this woman's life. And this one sounds pretty interesting, and it's a Reese Witherspoon book club selection pick for this month, I'm pretty sure. So very intrigued by this one. And then the last book that I got sent this month is from Netflix Film, and they sent me Rebecca because Netflix just recently adapted the movie Rebecca, and it has Armie Hammer and Lily James, and it looks really good, and I'd love to watch it, but I also would really love to read the book first. So they very kindly sent the book, and it was a really cool like press package that they sent. And I had no idea I was even receiving it, but it's so cool. And like, look at how beautiful this cover is. It's like stunning in the back, and like everything about this book is just stunning. And if you didn't know, Rebecca is a classic. It was published like ages ago. Let's see if it says 1938 is the original year that it was published. But this one just sounds really interesting. I've actually been super interested in reading Rebecca for such a long time. It says on the front, a classic tale of romantic suspense, which is a genre that I typically do enjoy. So I would really like to read this one at some point. And then the last 5 books that I have here are all books that I bought for myself this month. One of the books that I bought is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. And this is one that I actually ended up buying off of Book Depository with that ShopTagr coupon code, if you know what I'm saying. But I wanted to get this one off of Book Depository specifically because this is the UK cover, and I'm just absolutely obsessed with this cover. I feel like it's really beautiful. And so I ended up going with this one. And this is a book by Matt Haig, who's one of my favorite authors, and I'm dying to read this book. I'm so excited to read this. and I have plans to read this in November, so hopefully that happens soon. I don't really know a whole lot about this, to be honest. I just know that it has this like magical library in it, and I don't know what happens there in the magical library, but it's magical and it's cool. And then I also bought The Nesting by CJ Cook, and this is definitely one of my favorite books of the year. This is a gothic thriller kind of book, and it totally reminds me of like Turn of the Key and The Haunting of Bly Manor. Like, it definitely has all of those vibes, and I just absolutely love this. It's like, it's definitely a new favorite. I'm obsessed. And then while I bought that book, I also bought Violet by Scott Thomas, because this is a horror novel by the same author who wrote Kill Creek, so I just needed to have it. And I still haven't read it yet, but I'm pretty excited about it. It takes place in Kansas in the summer of 1988, and it's about how she returns 3 decades later, and it might be about like an imaginary friend, or maybe somebody died, I don't know. And then the last 2 books that I bought were both like short story things that I bought for Halloween. The first one I bought was The Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones, and this book was really cool. It was really freaking weird, and I just loved it so much, and I can't stop thinking about this. And then I also bought Blanky by Keelan Patrick Burke, and this one, these are both short stories, so this one's only like 130 pages and this one's like 70 something pages. But this one was also really good, really sad actually, really freaking tragic. And I actually read both of these in my Halloween reading vlog that I did, so if you missed that, I can link it down below. But both of these really surprised me a whole lot, especially Night of the Mannequins. Oh my gosh, this was so weird and I just loved it. Alright, well that is a wrap on all of the books that I have hauled this month. It was quite a lot, and if you've read any of these books, or if you've also purchased any of these books this month, let me know your thoughts on them. And before you go, let me tell you a little bit about Shoptagger's $5,000 giveaway that you can enter. So how do you enter this giveaway? You just download Shoptagger's Google Chrome extension onto your phone or onto your computer. Both will be linked down below. And you save at least 3 items onto your Shoptagger list. So the more you use Shoptagger across your devices, the more it increases your chances of winning. You complete all of these steps by November 24th. And if you win, you will be emailed by Shoptagger on November 25th. And you'll be able to choose a $5,000 gift card to any store of your choosing. I would choose Barnes & Noble or Book Depository, because $5,000 in books, amazing. So click the link down below to download Shoptagger. It's totally free to do so. Alright, and that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much again to Shoptagger for sponsoring today's video and supporting my channel. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye.